the market always goes up. Now this is something which is very difficult for people to believe, but whether you invested in the US market in 1900 or you invested in the Indian market in the 1960s or 70s, market has only gone up, right? Even if you've invested 10 years ago, the market has gone up. There is no doubt about that. On an annual basis, markets always go up. A few good years or a few brilliant years make up for a few dud years. That's all. On an average, over the next 10 years, 15 years, will the market go up? The answer is yes. But will it go up every year? The answer is no. Let us assume that over the next 10 years you got 11% return in the equity markets. Will it go up beautifully 11 and 11, 22, 33? Will it go up like that? The answer is no. It will never happen that way. It will be, one year will be a minus 12, next year will be a plus 24. It will not. It will be more like the book which Malekil wrote about random walk on the Wall Street. I would think it is more like a dog walk, right? If you've seen a man walk a dog or a woman walk a dog with a leash, even with a leash, the dog will not walk straight. The man will walk straight, but the dog will not walk straight. It will go right, it will go left, it will go and smell something. But the dog knows the route, right? The dog knows the route which it will take every day. It starts from one point to the other point. It might be a straight road, but the dog will never move straight. It will go left, it will go right. We all know that. So if you want to know where the man is walking the dog, you should be looking at where the man is walking. The man will walk straight and the dog will not walk straight, right? This is something which we know. However, when it comes to investing, we somehow think that markets have to go up in a straight line and come down in a straight line. That never happens. Market will fluctuate, and like I said, let me repeat, market always goes up in the longer run. So 1 year if the market goes down, it is not something for you to worry about, or on a monthly basis or on a daily basis. Unfortunately, today for investors in 2020 and last 10 years this has happened, the access to data, that is the how the dog is walking, is more easily available than how the man is walking. So we all keep looking at the dog to see where is this man headed. Well, the man is headed to the same place. Maybe he walks from one point to the other point every day. And this is what happens, and the dog keeps going left, right, center, going back and waiting for him, or racing a little ahead of him and then coming back to make sure that he is there. That is the dog. But right, you don't have to worry about the dog. Don't even look at the dog. Just look at where the man is going. The man is headed in the same place, same direction, maybe same speed. So it doesn't really change much. So the market is like that. But if you keep looking at the dog, it is like going to a very important match, something which you enjoy, which is maybe watching a cricket match or a tennis match. And instead of watching the match, you're watching the scoreboard. Scoreboard is meant for people who have come late, who do not know what has happened so far, to look at the scoreboard, glance, find out what has happened and then enjoy the match. You are supposed to be watching the match. So if you want to know where that man is taking his dog, you should look at the man, where the man is going. Man is the market. The daily prices, unfortunately, all of us have very easy access on our phones and on our laptops, on television, everywhere you know where the market is headed. So suddenly you will get a call from your dentist or from your gynecologist or somebody saying, "Aaj market kyun gira? Why did the market fall today? Or why did the market go up today?" And oh God, for heaven's sake, I have not even looked at the market. I have no clue what the market has done today. I do not know why IDFC Bank has gone up or HDFC Bank has come down. I have no clue. And even if I saw the prices, I would have no clue that why that has happened. I will know it has happened, and I don't really care about why it has happened. If I can't, if I do not know why it has happened, I don't even want to know that it has happened. How does it help? Am I able to do something? Am I going to act on that? Am I going to react on that? So if I'm not going to react on that, why do I saddle myself with all that unnecessary information? Why have so much information put into your head? Stop looking at that. Understand that the market goes up in the long run. So if you stay invested, that is far more important, because you cannot miss the big bad days or the big good days if you just stay invested. It looks very easy in retrospect to say, I wish I had sold this at this price and bought it at this price. And unfortunately, there are too many bloggers and writers who will say, at a P above this you should sell, and a P below this you should buy. Now look at the funny situation. If you were a bond investor in the US, in 1980 the interest rates were 18%. Today it is more like 1%. So when the interest rates came down from 18 to 17, you would have said, oh, now it will go back. But it went from 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. It just didn't go back. The reversion to the mean did not happen. What do you do in such cases? So don't get stuck on single shares saying, now the price will come back, now the price. There could be something dramatic happening in that industry which you don't understand. If you are in an index, reversion to the mean will happen. If you are in a single share, maybe reversion to the mean will not happen, or maybe reversion to the mean will happen 8 years later, and you will lose your patience 7.5 years later, right? So either you understand completely why it is happening, or you go by price and say, look, something is going wrong, let me go and do some more investigation, right? Maybe the company is going to do a buyback, maybe the company is not going to do a buyback, maybe the buyback will be stopped, like in case of Larsen and Toubro, the buyback was stopped. There's no great logic, but yes, the buyback was stopped. That did happen, right? So any of those things which are playing out in the market could be having an impact on your portfolio, but ultimately the market will go up, right? So let me quote you some data. Again, this data is not from India, it is from US. I could have picked it from India also. I just wanted to pick up some random numbers. Ideally, if you want 11% return, you think every year it should go up by 11%. It doesn't happen this way. So let me give you some return figures. Up 5%, I'll not give you the year now, I'll tell you the year later. Up 5% from 100 to 105. Down 37% to $66. Then up, now look at the sequence of returns. Up 27%, up 15%, up 2%, up 16%, up 32%, and up 14%. Now if you had missed the down 37% to 66, you would still be at $100. And look at how much it would have gone up. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of a bull market. That is what would have happened if you had just invested before the in 2007 in the US, right? So 10 years, this is what it did. You wouldn't have imagined that, right? So ideally, when you look at this data, you would say, if I just missed that 37% fall from 105 to 66, I would have been better off. That is perfectly right to think that way. But the other way to think is, if the market is up 27%, then followed by 15%, very good chance that you would have said, oh my God, it's gone up too much, 2 consecutive years, and the average return is something like 11%. So I got 27 and 15, so it is not sustainable, let me sell. After that, it went up 2%, 16%, and 32%. It is unprecedented, right? So 2003 to 2007, if you take the data in India, somewhere you would have thought there has to be reversion to the mean, so market has to come down, but it never came down. It went from 3 to 21, came down to 9, and then went back to 21, and then went to today it is at 44. So in the long run, you know that the market will go up. So why do you have to look at a regular move? When I say regular move, I mean irregular move. It's like a dog walk, right? It will move from side to side, but it will not ever move in a straight line. And even if so, the other person to quote is is Peter Lynch, and of course John Bogle. And so let me quote. I think I have a Peter Lynch quote where he says, I can't find it now. It's where he says that people wait on the sidelines, saying, I will invest when the market comes down, and more returns have been wasted waiting for the market to go up than by just staying invested. Yes, it's always tempting when you look at long-term data to say, I wish I had missed that minus 40% or that minus 37%, which means I wish I had missed the 1993 fall, right? I wish I had missed the 2008 fall. That's just a wish, but imagine coming at the bull run of 2003 to 2007. Why would you think that 2008 would be different? So it's very difficult. So if you stuck stuck through the 2008, but you stuck through with good quality, you wouldn't have suffered so much. In 1991 or 92, even if you had bought good quality shares, then 93 would have hurt you, but not hurt you so badly. You would have got back your prices. If you had invested in Mazda Industries, you would have lost everything. But however, if you had invested in an Asian Paints or an HDFC or a Siemens or Cummins, you wouldn't have lost that kind of money. But yes, you have to have patience. If you are evaluating yourself at the end of a recession or evaluating, I mean, I see a lot of stupidity in evaluating your portfolio in 2020 based on PE. We all know that the PE makes no sense in a particular year when earnings have collapsed for some reason or the other. Look at the other way. The earnings of many mutual funds and pharma companies are likely to be up because they have saved a lot of time and effort and money in holding meetings, and people have accepted that these meetings will not be held, right? So suddenly the profitability of the mutual funds and pharma companies and all those companies doing a lot of sales meetings, etc., would have definitely come down. The profits would have gone up, and using that as for the PE evaluation is completely wrong. So don't do that. All of us accept that we can't forecast, and so don't try forecasting, especially in the short run. If you want to forecast for the long run and say in the long run markets will go up. So in the long run, if I want to know where the man is going, I will look at the man and not where the dog is going. We all make the mistake of looking at the dog because it does more interesting things. Don't look at the dog. Thank you.